I can remember Euclid tyres being burnt there, and oil drums and everything being dumped up there.
I remember the council having an ash tip, as we used to call it, because all the ashes from the coal fires.
And they were coming up by the dozen every day, Cuddy's lorries.
Was there a lot of dust then?
Oh, hell, I've got a terrific amount.
You can dust every day, terrible. Once they stopped, you can dust it once a week then, dusting it. But when they're there, you can dust nearly every day, and it's terrible.
It was council ash dip, and he worked for the council.
Yeah. And then it was left alone for years. They came in, done a bit, and then over the years they added more and more.
This is the Heol-y-Glyn landfill site, once owned by the Cuddy Group Ltd, the 12th largest demolition and asbestos removal contractors in the world. So if we ask the question, where did the Cuddy Group get their landfill from? If we look at their YouTube channel and this particular video titled Enabling Works for Sports Science Academy at Llandarcy, we know that this video dates from around 2008 to 2010, when the Cuddy Group were active bringing landfill to the Heol-y-Glyn landfill site. The Sports Science Academy at Llandarcy is sited next to where the old petrochemical works was, and the petrochemical works started around 1921. So we know that for the last 90 years, this rubble and soil has been saturated by toxins from the petrochemical industry. And what we see in the video, which is not very long, it's only about 30 seconds long, is we see a Cuddy excavator putting rubble and soil into the back of a Cuddy lorry. And that Cuddy lorry is almost certainly going to be driving to Glynneath to drop that rubble. If we just look at the excavator now, you'll see there's a Cuddy sign there. So Cuddy have complete control of this process. So if we look at this satellite image of the Heol-y-Glyn landfill site, we will see how Cuddy has come into the land, tipped his spoil and gone back to get some more. We hear evidence of this in the videos with Nigel Taylor. In 2016, the Cuddy Group were working here every day, importing materials onto the site, moving them around and building this spoil heap you see here behind me. As residents living close to the site, we became concerned about the stability of the soil for a start, landslides, and also what were the Cuddy Group importing, what was in the soil, and the materials like this concrete here that they were importing into the site. That group evolved to become Glynneath Residents Against Contamination. Over the last 9 years, I've been dealing with public officials, trying to get them to accept the actual status of this site, that it's an actual landfill site. It's known locally as the tip. In September 2020, the Neath-Port Talbot Council attached safety conditions to a planning approval that allowed the developer, Enzo Homes, to build houses on this site. But in March 2021, without going through a planning approval, Neath-Port Talbot Council removed those safety conditions. This is land that tested as contaminated in 2008 and in 2020. This is contaminated land, and the Neath-Port Talbot Council have removed conditions for testing for contamination. What this means is that Neath-Port Talbot Council have given planning permission for 22,000 cubic metres of toxic waste to be moved from here, next to the houses in Bryn Hyfryd, Woodland Park and Heol-y-Glyn. Neath-Port Talbot Council say there is no landfill site in the area. Neath-Port Talbot Council say that this, behind me, is gently sloping land suitable for a residential development. We, the Glynneath Residents Against Contamination, say that this is a historic landfill site that is full of toxic waste. It is not fit for building. It is known as the tip. It will always be known as the tip. It is a dangerous, toxic waste dump. Since 2020, I've been collecting evidence from residents about the status of this land. The following videos are evidence of this. They are testimonials given by the residents who are familiar with the history of the site. Some have lived near the site for most of their lives, so they are aware of what's been going on here because they live next to the site. They can see what's been going on.
I said, I was born on the Barnwood Road. My grandfather started that ash tip. I said, when that ash tip got full, and I was about 11 or 12.
Do you remember what year that was when your father started it?
My granddad, well, it was before I was born. I was born in 1938.
Okay.
So I should think Grandad would have started that ash tip. It was council ash tip, and he worked for the council. Yeah. He had horses and carts, see?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Gittins. I've lived in this area all my life. We talked about the Enzo site. Back in the 80s, I can remember Euclid tyres being burnt there, and oil drums and everything being dumped up there. They were burning the tyres, you could smell them all around, and then they must have dug holes and filled them all in. But the amount of shit that's gone in our place over the years is ridiculous. But I don't think our place is fit for any building to go on.
My name is Ian Chris Williams. I was born in Annislas Crescent 65 years ago. I played where the new development is supposed to be going. As a child, I remember the council having an ash tip, as we used to call it, because all the ashes from the coal fires that used to be predominant in those days, in the late 50s, early 60s, and there was a massive hole over there filled with ash. Now, when Cuddy first went there, he took all that ash out of the ground, and I would estimate that hole was at least 25 to 30 metres deep. He took all that ash out as hardcore, and he was a couple of years taking all that hardcore out, which I was told was used for roads and paths and whatever have you. Over the years then, all the refuse that he was putting in there, which was industrial refuse, was dumped in that massive hole, and then covered up to 20 metres high as what it is now. It could be more, 30 metres. So what I would say is that they're under in that massive hole there is unknown quantities of industrial waste that is going in there which we cannot see. Initially, the planning was to retain certain amount of trees. However, Cuddy didn't take any notice of any planning. He took everything out and caused dust and noise continuous for years and years and years, which we had to endure.
This guy's great, isn't it? So I'm with June Wecko, and June and Glenn have been living here for how long?
Since 1970.
1970, okay, so this is 2 years, it's 2 years, let me see, it's, what is it now? It's April, so 2 years ago. This is the first time we're meeting in 2 years, and I've been representing June and fighting for the right of June to have the right to sit in a garden, really, isn't it? Yeah. So to tell, yeah. So tell.
You're afraid to open your mouth because the dust blows in.
Yeah, yeah.
When they work in there.
Yeah. So tell us about that summer where you had where you had to watch the television because you couldn't go in the garden.
Oh, it's so noisy. You've got to sit in the lounge. So we had to have buy another television and put it on loud to get rid of the noise.
Yeah.
And you got then till the evening till they finished.
Yeah, yeah, and you told me that you spent the whole summer in the front.
In the front room.
Yeah, with the television turned.
Only one summer we get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what about you telling me now before I got the camera out about the dust? You
dust every day. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, and that obviously would come from.
Never.
Yeah.
And once it stopped, you can just say once a week then, isn't it? But when they're there, you can touch nearly every day, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
But you can feel it in your mouth, Heidi.
Yeah, yeah.
You can feel it.
And so you had the dust in your mouth then?
Because the dust comes in your mouth then, because you can't breathe, Heidi.
Yeah, yeah. Did you suffer any ill health from?
Heart trouble.
Yeah.
I got arthritis and heart trouble.
Yeah.
And my husband had 4 strokes.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So it was around 2013-14 was the worst. Do you think?
Yes.
Can you remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not funny, as they say.
No, no.
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 You pay all this money for a nice house and you can't enjoy it.
They've always tipped there, Div?
Not always tipped there. It was tipped there before what I can remember.
Yeah.
And then it was left alone for years. They came in, done a bit, and then over the years they added more and more.
So what's the earliest date you can remember the tip?
96, I think, what I can remember. My first year of comprehensive school.
Yeah.
Because we had a den over there, and we came home one day to find out that the trees had all been knocked down, and they'd started doing what they were going to do.
Okay, I was going up the bloody bond, so where those are buried, how deep, I wouldn't like to bloody say. That's all I can say. They buried directly in front of us, to my knowledge.
Yeah, yeah. So would you say they're not quite as far? See the breeze blocks and the.
As I say, I wouldn't like to say.
Yeah, yeah.
They were placed.
Because obviously you're in the dark there, and you've got the lights, haven't you?
They were placed in front of us, in front of the gate.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Obviously the breeze blocks weren't there then. But I thought, they're bloody heavy, how far are they going to shift them? Or are they going to bury them where they were dropped?
Yeah.
How many barrels, I can't remember. They could have been 2, could have been 3, there wasn't that many, but they were bloody sealed, and they were welded, shut. So it must have been chemicals that are poisonous, we know. Not just shoved in a thin tin.
Not just like an ordinary plastic blue bar,
right? Christ. These were heavy steel, something like a beer barrel, and they were sealed on both sides, welded, as you say. Who the hell is going to dig down and find them? Who wants to find?
Yeah. So you told Chris and Sean, you said?
Or Chris was on Plaid Cymru, he wasn't even interested. He wasn't even interested. Most of the neighbours were, but he wasn't interested. Oh, Sean. I said, we've got a problem over there, ticking time bomb. They weren't interested. That was with Cuddy.
So can you remember back to sort of like the mid-2010s, 2013, 2014, when he was, Cuddy was moving all this stuff around?
Bringing in, you mean?
Yeah, bringing in. And then moving it about?
Flattening it out, playing about. Yes, I remember all that. We didn't really mind that. We know there's dirt and dust, and most of it is done in the summer. They were even watering the roads, the Barwon Road down to Heol-y-Glyn or the rugby field. We had some bloody fine summers, and they were coming up by the dozen every day, Cuddy's lorries.
Was there a lot of dust then?
Oh, hell, we had a terrific amount, especially if it's a hot summer. But, I mean, at the moment, the rain keeps it down.
But they didn't put any like fence to stop the dust coming through?
Oh, hell, no.
No?
They just built it up.
Yeah. So talk me through you that night. Then you got up and you saw the barrels in, right? Because I've got this main camera on now. So.
Night, it was morning, wasn't it? Anything between 2 and 4 o'clock.
Between 2 and 4, yeah. So can you sort of and you saw them.
The lorries.
The lorries
coming in. Dipped the headlights, mind you. Very clever.
Yeah.
As soon as they got off the road, so that anyway, I get out 3 times on average to have a pee. So I was just bloody watching them, and I reset the alarm to go over there about 6 in the morning or 5.
So you actually set your alarm to go
early
to go up there and see what they were doing. Yeah. Nice and nice. Yeah.
I have a look at these barrels. I can't be sure how many barrels it was, but I looked at one and kicked it. Oh my God.
And you say they were, so to describe the barrels again now, they were welded, you said? They were like...
They looked as if they were welded on one or both sides.
Yeah.
They were strong steel, as you would think of a beer barrel. Not flimsy, but strong. Yeah. So, which told me that there's chemicals in there, real bad chemicals. We don't know what, we'll never find out. And obviously it's going to take years for the barrel to corrode.
Yeah.
Although we got acid soil, as they say, and all that. But all right, bodies decompose.
Yeah.
But those bloody things will take, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40 years to break down.
Yeah.
But yes, they could get back in the stream eventually down here.
Yeah.
That's another thing to consider.
Yeah. So just below your garden here is the stream, isn't it?
Oh, Christ, it dips down.
Yeah.
What do you say? Deep, not deep, dips down. Well, you can't actually see it, but it's down there.
Yeah.
And there's a hell of a lot of water comes down here in the winter. I can tell you that now.
Yeah. So come back to that morning again, Nige. So you went up there.
Early, it was summer.
Yeah.
And it was light.
Yeah. And the barrels were. When you came through the gate?
And I'm walking towards these houses then.
Yeah, okay.
They weren't put that way or that way. They were directly in front of
you.
Gates, which are there now.
So were they directly in front of the gates, you say?
Yes.
Yeah?
So my guess is they're not far from those bloody gates, but how deep is deep, I wouldn't like to say.
Yeah.
But I wasn't here. Yes, I was here when the man come to start the machine up, but I had breakfast and then I buggered off the pond to pick up my mate's dog.
Yeah.
Which I was doing about 10, 12, 13 years ago.
And when you come back, they were buried?
Oh, yes.
They were not there?
I didn't go over there, but they disappeared.
We don't know that they well, you didn't see them being buried, but...
Correct.
But they were brought in the night.
Aye.
And they
were taken away.
They were there in the morning, but they weren't there in the evening.
No, I disappeared. So I didn't bother to go over again because I knew they were there. They're not going to take them away, are they?
No.
No, they were buried deep, and I mean pretty deep anyway, with these JCBs.
Yeah.
Well, one actually. Yes, I heard him start up the machine about 8 o'clock and I wasn't hanging about. But how the hell are you going to find him? I wouldn't like to say.
Well, potentially they have been found, and then that's why Benzo buggered off, because he's dug right into it, and you can see there are like builders' merchants' bags of stuff there.
Well, yeah, suddenly
they're
that's all I
hanging
can
out.
tell
You're going to
you.
get there. The handles are hanging out there.
Aye, okay.
So
He left suddenly.
by that sort of where the mesh is.
Yes,
you know,
where the
you
mesh
know the
is.
early part of the mesh.
You can see the mesh from
That's
the
where
outside
that's where his digger was.
there. Aye, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's so when you told Chris, Sian was still alive?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He was Plaid Cymru then. Not
Yeah.
that he was bloody interested.
And he just wasn't interested, yeah?
No.
And he lived two doors up? Yeah.
That way. The
Yeah.
point is, neighbours down below, they were all interested. 10 years ago, maybe less, they started drilling holes there.
What's down below?
The black, you know, in America when they hit petroleum oil, it comes up black. Well, that bloody came up black as well.
Never.
Oh, Jesus. Now, is it the summer or the winter? They're thumping it. All of a sudden, up it came. Oh, Christ. And I noticed the men moved away. The stench would have bloody knocked you out. But
Never.
it's years and years of rubbish down there without whatever else.
I'm Jennifer Woodward. I live at 16 Brynhefryd, Glynneath. I am objecting to the plans that are in position for them tunnelling in the brook that is behind my property.
Yeah.
And there's possibility of loads of stuff that's being dumped there that is illegal stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that
So
okay?
you were saying about the tyres?
Yes. Nigel Taylor reckons that good few years ago now.
Yeah. Okay.
That there was a load of tyres dumped there, but obviously there's been so much dumping
Yeah.
done over there that they are completely covered. Let's face it, most of the rubbish that's been dumped over there is the wrong sort of stuff.
My name is Peter Allen.
I cut Peter off there because he's talking about the death of his wife. His wife passed away about 2 months after the planning approval. She died of a rare neurodegenerative disorder called progressive supranuclear palsy. In the last 40 years, only 2 people in Glynneath have died from that rare disorder. The other person was Alwyn Phillips, who lived 5 doors away. In fact, 15 people I've represented since 2016 living next to the site have passed away. Rare neurodegenerative disorders, heart attacks and strokes. That includes Peter Allen, who you've seen in this video. That includes June Wecko, his next door one neighbour, who you've seen in this video. That includes Jennifer Woodward, his next door neighbour, whom you've seen in this video. My name's Di Richards and I'm chairman of the Glynneath Residents Against Contamination. If you want to protect yourself and your family, join us. Let's fight together for the safety of our families. Glynneath Residents Against Contamination Group.